Now, isn't it funny that an application from 2014 was sitting in Play Store without getting noticed, and just one tweet exploded the number of users that it was having, so much that it's now top most messaging application on Play Store, beating WhatsApp. This recent change of policy from WhatsApp was not really liked by a lot of people, which is why they are switching. I'm not gonna be commenting on the policy change, but if you are, however, thinking of switching to the application, this video is gonna be very helpful for you because I'm gonna be talking about every single feature Signal has into it. Now, since this video is talking all about Signal and all its features, it's gonna be quite long, and that's why I have included chapters in the description below. So if you're watching for a specific feature, you can click on that and you can directly jump to that time where I'm talking about that feature. Share this video with your friends and family so that even they can know all about Signal. And if you're new to my channel, click that link in the description to subscribe, or let's just be smart and press that red button right below. Without wasting any more time now, let's deep dive into the video. Now let's quickly see how to set this application up. So first, go to Play Store and download the application. Once it is downloaded, press on open. Once you have the application open, press on continue, and it's gonna tell you what all permission it requires. And one by one, it's gonna ask you all these permissions. After you allow it, it's gonna ask you to enter your phone number. Once you have done that, press on go, and it's gonna self-verify your mobile number using the OTP. And the animation, I like it. Once your mobile number is verified, you'll be taken to the screen where you will be asked to create a new PIN. And that PIN would be required to verify yourself whenever you need to open the application. So there are some conditions here that you need to follow to make a strong PIN. Once you have that, you have to re-enter it, and it's gonna confirm your PIN there. Once confirmed, you will be taken to the screen where it's gonna be asking you to put a profile picture and write a name. And then you can click next. And it's gonna ask you if you want to set this application as your default SMS application. Once you're done with that, you'll be lead to a screen like this. On this pencil icon, you will have all your contacts, but let's just go to that at the end of it and move to settings to see what all things do we have here. So here you'll see SMS and MMS options, where you can, if you enable this, you will be able to send a normal SMS from the same application. But then second thing is notifications, where you can customize the notification light and the vibration of every single notification tone and such things. Then you have privacy option, where you can select a screen lock that will be used to lock your screen once you leave this application, and you can use either your PIN that you set up during the process of setting up the application, or you can use your fingerprint. I'll disable that for now. Then you have screen security, which will block screenshots in the recent list and inside the application. This feature was also missing in WhatsApp. So people used to take screenshots, but here if I enable this, I would not be able to take screenshots. Then you have Incognito Keyboard. Now this will help you disable all the recommendation that your keyboard gives, and it's gonna act as if you just installed the keyboard. In the next option, you have communication, under which the first option is always relay calls. Now this option is by default off. I turned it on and I'll tell you what it does. So this feature was not there in WhatsApp. So usually what happens, like in WhatsApp, if you call from one phone to another, the connection is established directly in between both of them. And that's how, if you want, you can even trace the IP address of the phone which is coming, which you cannot do, but yeah, WhatsApp can pretty much do that easily, or cyber department of the police can also do that. But with this feature enabled, it's gonna act like a VPN. So imagine you want to call a person. Now instead of directly connecting, there will be a connection made in between, and it's gonna route your connection of your phone, and then some other place will connect the phone that you want to connect. So basically, if you try to locate that phone or find the IP address, it would not be possible. It's very similar to VPN. Then you have read receipts, and you know this option from WhatsApp, so I'm not gonna be telling about it. Typing indicator is pretty much straight obvious. It means if a person is typing, it will show typing, and you can turn it off and it would not be showing anything else. But if you do turn it off, you would not be able to see that option of typing for other person too. I'm going to be showing this later in the video. Then you have generate link previews. So imagine you want to forward your WhatsApp video to someone. The moment you paste link, it will quickly gonna generate the preview of that link, and so that you can just see what this link is all about without having to first click it, and then it will be shown. I'm also gonna show this later in the video. Apologies for the interruptions, but if you are however enjoying this video, consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Now for the next option, it's a sealed center option having two different small options underneath it. Now this feature is not there in WhatsApp, and this is the Signal specific feature. But what is this? So basically it's like if you want to send a message to your friend, and once you're doing that, you have to send your address as well as your friend's address to the server, and the server will keep on storing those two things. So if someone has to verify it, he has to look at the address and he'll able to trace back to you because your address is also there. But in this scenario, the sealed message will not contain your address. Once you send it, it's only gonna be going to the place where you sent it, but it would not have your address in it. So if someone in between, a hacker, even attempts to take it and read from where it is coming, he would not be able to know. But internally how it actually works is a bit complicated, and maybe if I try to explain in detail, you would not understand. So if you do want to know about it, ask me in the comment section and I'll explain it in complete detail. Two options regarding it is display the indicators. So this feature is not yet available on this application. It's going to be coming in the future updates. Now for the next part, it's pretty basic. Pin code changing, reminders, registration lock, you know, all those things. Now appearance, one best thing here is the dark mode. WhatsApp did have dark mode in it, but the dark mode was not really dark. And for those who don't understand why I am saying it's not dark, is because people with AMOLED displays were not able to utilize the dark mode completely. But this application supports complete dark mode. So you can see the screen is AMOLED and none of the pixels are lit right now. That's because it's completely dark, and which is supported in Signal. And the second option here is to change the language. It has a tons of, I think every single language available here. Going back, chats and media, you have normal stuff which were there in WhatsApp. There is however one feature which is not there available in Signal, which was there on WhatsApp, which is chat backup option. Now the backup is still there, don't get me wrong, but this backup option is only gonna be making a local backup onto your phone. It does not have yet the option to upload that backup onto cloud. If in case your phone gets stolen or something like that happens, you would be able to restore the chats in the new phone, which in Signal you would not be able to, because since your backup is only made on this particular device, that would mean that you would not be able to get it if you lose this device, until and unless every backup that you make is somehow being sent to cloud by you yourself and not by the application. The backup however would be encrypted, so you don't have to worry about someone reading your messages right away. Then you have linked devices. This does come with an option to pair your laptop, and doing that you basically have to come here, scan the QR code on your laptop, and then it will be paired, and then you can use it cross device as well. And then advanced option, where basically you can have advanced pin settings where you can disable the pin, and if you disable this you will lose all the data when you re-register Signal unless you have manually backed up or restored. And then you have the option to submit debug log, which I don't think I have to explain what it is because it's gonna be a bit more technical here, and the option to delete your account here. So these were the things available on this application in the settings menu. Now let's look at how the messages are when you send it. There's a slight difference in the way that the messages are being delivered and shown. So once you write that, you have a lock icon here. This lock icon signifies that the message that you're about to send is encrypted, so you don't really have to worry about that. So once you send it, if you see a single tick here, that means that the message has been sent but is not being delivered to the person yet. And once that gets double ticked, which is empty double tick, that means that the message has been sent and is being delivered to the person. And once you see this icon changing to filled ticks, that means message has been read. Now one other thing to note here is that Once you type it, you will be seeing those bubbles arriving like that. And once the message is being sent, it will be delivered to you. But do you notice something which is missing here? You cannot see the last scene, as well as you would not be able to see the online status of the person, even though the person is right there texting you. So that is one downside here. So if people really depend upon those things, this is not the application for you, or maybe you should want to try Telegram in that aspect. But basically, the option to enable last scene as well as the option to show online when you're online is not there. Now few couple of things that are left. This incognito keyboard, I'll turn it on. Then screenshot option, I'll turn it on. And typing indicator, I'll turn it off to see if the other phone who you would be sending those things would be able to do what it says. So quickly gonna open the chat, and now as you can see I have both the phones here, and let me type something. So before you saw when I was typing, I was able to get those bubbles, those were called the typing bubbles, and now I am not seeing that on the other phone. So basically that's typing indicator, that's turned off. And now you can see that the keyboard is not gonna be recommending you something. So basically this is an incognito keyboard, so whatever you type here you would not be getting any recommendations. And the way to verify that it is an incognito keyboard is to look out for this icon here. That means that it's an incognito keyboard. That means whatever you search, type, or whatever you do, you would not save anything in the recommendation of your keyboard while doing so. Now one last thing that is left is to take a screenshot of the chat. Since we turned the screenshot option, we should not be able to take a screenshot. And if you can see here, I got a notification that it's not able to take a screenshot. So let me grab my second phone here, and since this was a phone in which it's still on, let me try to take a screenshot. I was able to take a screenshot here. So basically if you turn the screenshot option off, only you would not be able to take a screenshot of the chats, which I don't think you would want to do, because why would you want to restrict yourself to not taking a screenshot from your own chats while the other person can clearly do that? Well, that was a feature and I had to show, so that it is. So one last difference between this application and WhatsApp is that WhatsApp had this option to put status, which they copied from Instagram, because basically they own that. So they should be copying all the features from Facebook to Instagram to WhatsApp. But Signal is not doing that. So basically if you are here, you would not be able to put any status updates here on Signal. And the last but not the least, that's gonna be making a big difference, is you would not be able to say I'm gonna WhatsApp you, but basically you have to tell now I'm gonna Signal you. So that was all for this video, and I hope you really enjoyed watching it. If you did, press that like button to get 5 years worth of good luck for free. And if you're new to my channel and subscribe, you will get 5 more years extra. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. And don't forget to follow me on my social media handles shown on the screen or in the description below. That was all from my side, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.